Following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the TFangy coming to you with what will hopefully be a successful Transformers review, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Cheetor. Boy, what a mouthful that was. So yes, Cheetor is one of the 4 Deluxe Class figures released in the first wave of the Transformers Kingdom line, and as you can tell by the title of the video, I want to give a shout out and a very special thank you to a good friend of mine, Autocorrect Primer. He sent me Cheetor as a surprise gift, so yes, thank you so much for that, Autocorrect Primer. Thank you so much. 2 thumbs up to you for sending Cheetor to me. So yes, the inexperienced, the brand new Maximo, who's the newest team member of Optimus Primal's ranks, has been given a new deluxe class figure in the Transformers Kingdom line. Cheetor is one of the staple poster characters of the Transformers Beast Wars franchise, so it's very fitting that he got a deluxe class figure in the Kingdom line. Cheetor actually returned to the spotlight last year in 2020 when the decision was made by Hasbro to have him be featured in the Transformers Cyberverse cartoon series. So yes, Cheetor has been one of the Beast Wars characters who's maintained popularity not only with Transformers fans but also with Hasbro and Tomy as well. Here on the top of his box, Cheetor is the 4th Transformers figure to be released in the Transformers Kingdom line. Here's some nice artwork here of his Cheetah mode. Going around here to the side of the box, here's an image of Cheetor in his robot mode, and he's in this striking pose as if he's charging at an enemy. There's some lava there underneath him, and lifting the box up to see. Here on the top of the box, right there, is the arc, and of course there's the plastic window showing Cheetor inside. Hasbro and Tomy made an announcement. Well, actually, I think it was just Hasbro made an announcement about a year ago that they were going to try their best to try and use as few plastic as possible on the boxes of their products. And so here on the Kingdom Transformers action figures, the plastic window showing the Transformers figure inside, it only shows the first half of the action figure instead of the whole body of the action figure, which was the case with both the Siege and Earthrise lines. And here on the side of the box we have the poster image of the Transformers Kingdom line. And you got Unicron up there, you've got G1 Megatron and Galvatron, got some various characters from both Generation 1 and the Beast Wars series, and we have the artifact that was responsible in the Beast Wars cartoon series for all the events that unfolded, which is the artifact of the Golden Disc, and it was a message left behind by Generation 1 Megatron on telling any future Transformers tyrants about the moment in history when Optimus Prime and the Autobots were trapped on board the Ark, and they were basically stuck in stasis lock. They were in comas for a time period of 4 million years, and Megatron left a message for any future Decepticons or Predacons that if they wanted to change history and make it so that the Autobots and later the Maximals lost the Transformers War, that would be the best time to do so, was time travel back to the moment when Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots, was trapped in a coma lasting 4 million years. So that's what the Golden Disc was about, and why it's the quintessential artifact featured in the Kingdom line, since it was responsible for all the events of Transformers Beast Wars. So yeah, I love this artwork used here on Cheetor, in both his Beast mode and his Robot mode. So turning around here to the back of the box, you've got your product photos. We have Cheetor in his Robot mode and in his Beast mode of a cheetah, and he transforms back and forth between both modes in just 20 steps. Next, there's the Transformers Kingdom logo, the authentic Transformers logo. On the bottom of the box, you got a barcode and just some warning disclaimers. So yes, that's pretty much it for Cheetor in his box. box. We are getting a second figure of Kingdom Cheetor in the Transformers Netflix line, and one of the main differences is that here on the Kingdom version of Cheetor, his robot mode parts that are blue, here on the Kingdom version, they're a much lighter powder blue, similar to some of the past action figures of Cheetor that were released, and the Netflix version of Cheetor, or which I think it might have been released recently, I'm not certain, but the Netflix version of Cheetor, all that light powder blue, or Allspark blue as Transformers fans in the past have come to call it. On the Netflix version of Cheetor, those powder blue parts have been placed with a metallic blue, which more closely matches up with Cheetor's appearance in the Beast Wars cartoon, and it appears that powder blue was originally going to be a much more solid blue to make Cheetor look more like his Beast Wars cartoon animation model, but the Netflix Transformers figures have come to be far more expensive than the other ones, and that's why I mentioned to my friend Autocorrect Primer one day that I would rather just have the Kingdom version of Cheetor since it was much cheaper, and it was cheap enough that he decided to send it to me as a gift. So yes, thank you once again, Autocorrect Primer. So without further delay, we will get Cheetor out of his box and take a close look at him in robot mode. Alright, and so here we have Cheetor in his robot mode. See if I can bring it in a little closer. I apologize, the box I have Cheetor sitting on is higher up than the box that my camera is on. And I don't know if I'll be able to adjust the camera high enough for Cheetor to be in full frame. Let's see if I can do it really fast. Raising the camera up was something that I didn't have on my mind until I came back. Let's see if I can lift the camera up without doing anything. Move it back a bit so Cheetor's in full frame. Alrighty, so I apologize for the boxes being uneven. Let me see if this will do it. And of course I messed up my camera angle. Back in a second. Alright, hopefully this camera angle works out for everyone. And so here is Kingdom Cheetor in his robot mode. Before we go on with Cheetor, I wanted to show off the collector card that came packaged with him. So on my copy of Kingdom Cheetor, I got the Arc, and peeling the sticker on the front off to see what's on the back. We've got the Arc crash landed into Mount St. Hilary. Now, from videos I've seen, from other reviews I've seen of the collector cards that are sold in the Transformers Kingdom line, apparently there's also, in addition to different collector cards for either the same character or same spaceship such as Dinobot, apparently there's also different variations where the background frame on the top of the card are just a different color. I apologize, I'm partially colorblind, so I can't tell if this is a red or green background that the Arc has here. So yes, there is the Arc that came packaged with my copy of Kingdom Cheetor. Or some Transformers fans and collectors have been saying that they enjoy the idea of the collector cards being packaged at random instead of just getting a collector card of the character that you get. But yes, here's Cheetor in his robot mode, and I gotta say, he is pretty impressive looking. There's a close-up of his head sculpt, both head sculpts, the cheetah head and his robot mode head, and I just love how accurate that head sculpt is to the Beast Wars cartoon series. Here is Cheetor's weapon. He has his tail. It's his tail that acts as I guess it's a whipping club with a axe blade that's right above the hilt of it. I don't know how accurate that is to the Beast Wars series. It's been a while since I watched Transformers Beast Wars. One thing I do remember is that Cheetor's weapon of choice was a handheld laser gun, and I believe in the first couple of episodes of the Beast Wars series, Rhinox would actually grab it from Cheetor's hand and use it himself to blast away at the Predacons. Cybertrons. There's a third-party upgrade kit of that laser gun, and that you can give Kingdom Cheetor. But yes, this is the weapon that Cheetor comes packaged with here, and putting him here off to the side. For a quick size comparison, before the Kingdom Deluxe Class Cheetor figure was released, the previously released Cheetor action figure was this version. This is the Transformers Universe Classics Deluxe Class Cheetor, and just like Kingdom Optimus Prime, just like comparing Power of the Primes, Optimus Primal / Optimal Optimus with Kingdom Optimus Primal, the previous updated action figure of Cheetor that was released. This version of Cheetor here on the left, which was the first modern day action figure of Cheetor. This version of Cheetor was released in the Transformers Universe Classics line way back in 2009. And in robot mode, this towers over the Universe Classics version of Cheetor towers over the Kingdom version of Cheetor. So, unfortunately, this is an example of how Hasbro and Takara have slowly been downsizing Transformers figures over the years. And even though my camera is making it look like a very dark navy blue, the Universe Classics version of Cheetor, see if I can do a close-up of it, even though my camera is making it a much darker shade of blue than it actually is, this version of Cheetor actually has the cartoon-accurate metallic blue that the Netflix repaint of Kingdom Cheetor has on him. So that's one of the few ups that the Universe Classics Cheetor figure that was released in 2009 has over the new Kingdom version. But turning them here to the sides, the Kingdom version of Cheetor does have a robot mode that's much more accurate and proportioned compared to how he looked in the Beast Wars cartoon series. And the Universe Classics version of Cheetor, the reason why he has this enormous backpack dangling off the back of him instead of the two of Cheetor's Beast Mode legs dangling off the back like the Kingdom figure and the Beast Wars cartoon I'll show off later. But yes, there's a size comparison of Kingdom Cheetor with his previously released Transformers Universe Classics Cheetor figure. So, moving him close up a bit. Cheetor, he does have pretty much the same standard amount of articulation as other Transformers figures have. His head is on a ball joint, but because of how it's proportioned, you can rotate him left. You can make him look up and down, but making him look left to right is a little bit of a pain. He does have shoulder joints, but because of how the shoulders transform into the hips for his beast mode, they tend to get hindered somewhat a bit. He does have a swivel joint in his bicep. So yeah, swivel joint in biceps, hinge elbows. He has wrist articulation. His hands can rotate clockwise and counterclockwise at his wrists 360 degrees due to his transformation. Even though, looking at him from the front, it looks like he has a waist articulation when you rotate in the back and you look closely back there. Oh wait, let me see. Okay, yeah, he does have a waist articulation. I was about to say that he doesn't, but he does. So yeah, the waist articulation is a little bit stiff. I don't know if that's because he's fresh out of the box or if that's just how tight the joints are on Kingdom Cheetor. He does have universal joints in his legs, so his legs can go out that far. They can rotate forward that far. They can rotate back. They can't really actually rotate back due to this armor sculpting on the back of him. He does have swivel joints right above his knees, and the actual knee joint is a hinge. As you can see right there, it's an actual hinge joint. And he does have ankle rockers on his robot mode feet. So yeah, Cheetor does have a pretty decent amount of articulation to him. And so we will get him transformed and take a close look at him in Cheetah mode. Alright, so here's Cheetor transformed into his Cheetah mode, or Beast mode. And I gotta say, I am impressed with how incredible Kingdom Cheetor ended up turning out. Even though he doesn't have spots entirely all over him like an actual cheetah, considering the way he transforms the parts necessary for his robot mode, I think it's definitely incredible that Hasbro and Cartoon were able to engineer such a great looking action figure of Cheetor, where his beast mode jaw does open and close, but I apologize, I can't. I'm trying to show it without my big giant fingers getting in the way, but his jaw does open and close, and you do have to actually open and close his beast mode jaw due to his transformation, but you have to do it manually. But yes, even though some parts of him, and particularly the back of his legs, even though they don't necessarily look like a cheetah, I think it's pretty outstanding how a Kingdom Cheetor ended up turning out. One thing to note is that the joints that lock his front legs into place, on my copy, they're a little finicky, so just be careful with that when you transform Cheetor into his beast mode. And for a size comparison here, once again, is his Transformers Universe Classics Deluxe figure that was released back in 2009. And as you can tell, the 2009 version of Cheetor, I'm in cheetah mode at the front, and particularly right here at his shoulders. The Universe Classics version of Cheetor is just slightly taller. Hopefully my hands won't get in the way. The Universe Classics version of Cheetor overall, it's a slightly bigger compared to the Kingdom version of Cheetor, or it's not as prominent as it was in robot mode. Depending on how you have the legs positioned, Kingdom Cheetor is almost the exact same length as the Universe Classics 2009 version of Cheetor. Now, I mentioned earlier why there was a big backpack, and that's because here on the Universe Classics version of Cheetor, or that giant backpack houses this mechanism where if you push on this button, the jaws open automatically. And my camera can't really pick it up because of how dark it is right now, but the eyes change from green to red when you open and close the jaws on this version of Cheetor here. And I'm glad that Hasbro and Takara dropped that gimmick for the Kingdom version of Cheetor. The reason why that gimmick was given to the 2009 version of Cheetor was because it was a callback to the original Transformers Beast Wars Cheetor action figure that was released back in 1996. There were two different versions of the original Beast Wars Cheetor action figure. Some of the action figures had red paint, came with eyes that were painted red. And then there were others where the eyes were painted green, which was more accurate to the eyes Cheetor had in his Beast mode in the Beast Wars cartoon series. But yes, overall, I am beyond impressed with how Kingdom Cheetor came out. He had, in my opinion, even though he is slightly smaller than the 2009 version of Cheetor, and he doesn't have that automatically open and closing mouth that changes the eye colors, even though he has less gimmicks and he's slightly smaller, Kingdom Cheetor is, in my opinion, the superior of these two cats. As I don't regret getting the Universe Classics version of Cheetor because he is still a pretty decent sized representation of Cheetor, even though, in my opinion, the new Kingdom version is a much better action figure. So yes, setting off to the side. I apologize, I won't be bringing out any more size comparisons, ever since I failed to grab the other Transformers action figures. But yes, this has been, in my review of Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Deluxe Class Cheetor. I highly recommend you get this figure even if you find the Netflix version of Cheetor. This is a fantastic mold. Also, even if you do find the Netflix version of Cheetor, I still recommend you get this version that was released in the Kingdom line at mass retail, because you can't go wrong having an action figure of Cheetor that's this incredible. I am just awestruck at how fantastic this action figure turned out. So yes, thank you once again to Autocorrect Primer for sending me Cheetor as a gift. There's a link. I will put a link down in the video description to Autocorrect Primer's channel. I highly recommend you subscribe to his channel and you check out his videos. He does fantastic content on his YouTube channel. And also thank you to all my subscribers for your continued support. This has been TF Fan Geek. This has been my review of Transformers Kingdom Deluxe Class Cheetor. I highly recommend you get this figure. It is a must-have Transformers figure for your Transformers collection. So yes, thank you guys all so much, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell icon for notifications, and remember, wash your hands before and after you leave your home. Wear a mask outdoors at all times. And until next time, you guys, transform and blow out. Goodbye, everyone.